to my channel. I'm doing another day in the life of a marketing manager today. It is Monday and I'm working on some really exciting projects right now. So I thought this would be a great chance for me to show you and talk about some of these projects. A lot of it is still quite design focused and sort of like website focused, but it seems like a lot of you really like this portion of my work, and I personally do too. And then there is some sort of like video and content type projects that I have to plan for this week as well. So anyways, there's just a lot of really exciting things going on with my company right now, and I cannot wait to tell you guys more about it. I had a really early morning meeting today, so kind of started with that and then did a little bit of journaling. I did get sent these journals from Lavender, which I wanted to quickly show you guys and just give them a little shout out. But Lavender obviously is another really amazing content creator here on YouTube, and she kind of does sort of like wellness and productivity videos, and she created these amazing journals. There's a bunch of different ones on her website, but this is the 5-minute joy journal, and her team also sent over the 2023 Artist of Life workbook. This is actually super cute. I feel like a lot of the things that she asks you to fill out in this workbook are things that I kind of journal about and write about when I'm planning for the next year anyways. I love that she's put it all into one really beautiful workbook. I'll just quickly show you guys some of the things that are in here. So it's like reflecting on 2022, what worked, what didn't work, what I learned, how I evolved. Starting with like a theme, how you want to feel this year, how you want to evolve. There is this space for a vision board, but I am not a drawer, so I just pretty much did like a mind map because that is how my brain works. You know, it talks about really getting into the nitty-gritty of your own values and passions, your strengths and motivations. They're just so focused and such important questions, and I think having a space like this to fill it out really does help round up your thoughts and just kind of be able to use them in a really positive way to set goals and intentions for the next year. If you guys are interested, I will link this and the 5-minute joy journal in the description box below. The 5-minute joy journal is so cute though. It's like this lovely linen cover, which I think is super beautiful. There are a lot of different companies that do these sort of like gratitude journals, which is exactly pretty much what this is. But if you are interested in like the Artist of Life journal, for example, I would just get the bundle and get the 5-minute joy journal as well, because they are both great. All right, let's go ahead and get started with my work day. I think let's go through Notion together. I do have another meeting in about 20 minutes, which is actually perfect because it gives me just the right amount of time to go through Notion and figure out my tasks for the day. For marketing, for me, have been going back and forth with Carla this morning on some last minute changes for TSC page as well as the landing page. All right, just finished my second call for today, and I've got a couple of new things that I need to work on. So my task for today, I'm storyboarding a product video, or like some product videos. I storyboarded it so that I can show my team what the general idea of it's going to look like, or how I'm planning to sort of format it. It seems like everybody's okay with the design, so I'm gonna go ahead and start writing the draft for sort of like the short scripts for these short videos into one doc so everybody can review them, and then we can just make sure that we're tackling all the right points for these product videos. I also have to do a little bit of research today into Google Optimize. So Google Optimize is a Google tool that allows you to A/B test on your website for free. If you haven't used it for your websites, or if you haven't used it for your projects, please give it a try, because it is just so amazing that they would offer a tool like this for free. And honestly, A/B testing is so important. It is a little bit harder when you're just starting out and you don't have that much traffic, because the data can seem kind of difficult to parse and just give you enough information. But I still think that it is really important that you start with A/B testing kind of from the beginning, so you get used to the process and you kind of get better at the process of doing it as you continue on growing. So by the time you do have a steady flow of traffic to your website, you're kind of a pro at A/B testing, or at least you know what you want to be A/B testing for. I need to do a little bit of research, because this is going to be the first time that we are testing a completely different page that needs to be shown to half of the traffic. So we want to add a new page to the navigation bar, but only have half of the traffic see that version of the navigation bar. The other half will just be the current version of the website where you're unable to see this new page. We haven't done something like this before. Most of the A/B tests we've done in the past were something on one page rather than like something so major on a website like that. So I need to just look into how to do that and sort of do a little bit of testing on our staging site to make sure that I can do this effortlessly and it's going to actually show up for 50% of the traffic. And then the other thing is, my web developer did get back to me with the changes for 2 of the web pages that we're currently building out. I reviewed one of them and sent back some more changes. There's just some like form tweaks that we want to perfect. And then the other one I haven't reviewed it, so I'm gonna go through that right now, because I think it's gonna be my shortest task for the day. And then hopefully she can get all those changes done by the end of the day so we can launch everything by tomorrow. So let's start out with reviewing that page. Always before I review any web page changes, I go ahead and clear my cache just in case anything is cached from the previous build. It doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. So clear your cache, people. Do it often. Oh, by the way, I also use this tool called Sketch. I believe it is a free tool as well, but Sketch is really cool because it allows you to make screenshots of your whatever you're looking at, but also add sort of like arrows and boxes and text to the screenshot. So it works really well for sort of giving feedback on designs and stuff like that. I'll just film this with my phone so you guys can see. So you want to hit screen snap. You can screenshot whatever you want by dragging, hit capture, and then you can actually come and do like arrows, you can do boxes, just to highlight certain points on the page. And then, yeah, it's just really easy to leave comments as well. And you can pretty much make your screenshot into a diagram so people can understand your feedback better. Different parts of our team uses this for different reasons. Like our customer success team will use this to show certain things to customers about our software. I use it to give feedback. It really is just such a great tool. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's free. When I am leaving changes for my developer, I actually just put them into the original Notion. So like, this is a list of all the pages that we had to work on. This is the Notion task from that list. And then I just keep adding more notes here. So this is today's edits. You can see I have November 4th edits and so on and so forth. And then as you can see, I do use the sketch screenshots. So it makes my explanation of what I need really simple and really visual. I'm currently going back and forth talking to my web developer about some of these changes. So while I'm doing that, because I want to give it my attention before I move on to the next project, I just heated up some leftovers so that I can eat while I do that. There are definitely days where I prefer to have my lunch separately, like at my kitchen island or by the sofa, just so I'm removing myself from work. But today I just want to power through and have my lunch at my desk while I work. Hi, Bear. What are you doing? Are you just being a creepy girl? What you doing? Alright, I figured things out with my developer, so I'm going to start researching into Google Optimize. I couldn't find any documentation. That's like one thing I feel like Google really needs to work on is their documentation. It's not comprehensive and not great, but I think what I'm going to do instead is just try to test this on our staging site and see if I can do that. That way, at least I can run some tests and see if I can have the variant for the A/B test be something in the nav bar. So this is what Google Optimize looks like. So you can tell it like the different traffic weight that you want to put to each portion of the test. So we typically do 50% weight for the original versus the variant. You can actually add more variants as well, but we typically try to just have one variant so that we can get really clean results and data. So let's see here. They do have an editor, but let's see if I can actually adjust anything. Oh, I totally can. Amazing. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna add another list item. So this would actually go to pricing, and this would be called pricing. Insane. Okay, so that works out. In the HTML, you can see that the menu item actually has this number, so like 668, 565. I just want to make sure that this is coordinating with sort of like the page numbers in WordPress. I will coordinate with my web developer to make sure that I don't need to change that number entirely so that it is a separate menu item. IDs are typically used to identify certain things within the code so that you can apply specific changes to that specific thing. I don't know how she has the code set up, so I will verify that with her before we actually run the test. But I just wanted to make sure that we are able to add something to the nav bar as the B side of the test. That way, at least I know now that I can test something like an addition to the navigation bar without any troubles. When we first started using Google Optimize, it was so much more clunky than this. The editor was clunky, this page was clunkier, and they have made so many improvements to Google Optimize. And I feel like they do this, they'll improve their tools when they actually find that people are using it a lot. And I mean, we definitely want to continue to use Google Optimize because of how comprehensive and what a great tool it is, especially for a tool that's free. And if you want to switch out to something like Optimizely or any of the other sort of bigger A/B testing tools later on, like feel free. But I think when you're starting out, the best way to read data, I know it's hard, but the best way to read data is Google Analytics. The best A/B tool is going to be Google Optimize because it is free and it is so comprehensive. Yes, there is a learning curve, but I feel like you should sort of start with these things as the base because it's going to make using other analytics tools and other A/B testing tools so much easier if you decide to do that later on. I'm actually going to write out a little report about this just within Notion so I remember to share it and so I remember how to do it once I actually decide to run the test. I have 2 more meetings today. Mondays are so meeting heavy sometimes and I don't love them, but because at least we try to get most of our meetings out of the way on Monday. But I have a metrics meeting in about 40 minutes, and then a quick chat with our UI UX designer about our marketing design system after that. And then after all of those, I think I'm gonna do a quick errands run. I need to pick up a package and then also drop something off to Canada Post. So at least it's gonna be in the same place, which is nice. I wanna get as much work done before then, and then also right after I run my errands as well, because I wanna take advantage of the nice day today and actually take Mika to the dog park. So I wanna sign off at around 3:45. If I still have work to do, I will probably sign back on in the evening to get things wrapped up. But I think that's gonna be the rest of my day. The next thing, well, actually I need to go through my emails because I haven't done that since the morning, and I just wanna make sure that I've tackled everything there. Oh, something that's really interesting that we started to use is actually this app called Birdeye. So Birdeye is actually a review management system, which is kind of what we were looking at, and I remember talking about this in one of my previous episodes. So we ended up going with Birdeye, and it's pretty exciting kind of getting into it and learning about it. It does have an inbox where you can see all of the reviews, but also the conversations from your different platforms. Obviously it has the system to send out these review requests. Yeah, overall it's a pretty slick system so far. There are a few things I wish they would improve, especially for the price, but I think for our needs right now it works pretty good. But if you are looking for something like that, like something that will pull all of your different business accounts, so like your Google My Business, your Facebook, your App Store if you're running an app, your G2, Trustpilot, Yelp. But yeah, all of the different places that you would typically try to gain reviews on online to improve your brand's credibility. Having a review management tool is going to be really helpful because you can send out one email to your group of customers that kind of provides more than one link and incentivize for each review that they're gonna leave. And honestly, reviews are still a very, very important part of your brand building because the reviews are what's going to help your SEO, but it's going to be the first thing that people look at before they think about purchasing or before they even think about visiting your store sometimes. Consumers are honestly just getting smarter and smarter, as they should be. So having these sort of things in place, I think really matters for businesses, no matter what industry you're in. Made it through my longest meeting of the day, and now I have one of the short ones. So let's get through it. Oh, the background is so cute in Huddle right now. Mine's like a window with like some leaves and like a desk. It's so cute. The way they display like the thing you're sharing is really cool too. Got it. So it's gonna be still in H1, but just different font size for desktop and mobile. We're done with meetings for the day. Yay. It's time to get back to finishing up these scripts that I'm working on. I'm doing these directly in Notion, but I think I'm gonna put all of them into one script rather than, or like one doc rather than have them all separately. That way it's just easier for the team to review the script for me before I actually apply them to the video / storyboard. So I've done the one for OCR functionality. So some of the other features that we want to feature are Bank Connect, setting up budgets, splitting personal versus business expenses. Essentially, we're just creating some short sort of benefit-driven product videos. So yeah, writing the script should be pretty easy. They're like literally a few sentences long. So I'm gonna work away at this for a short while. Okay, we're switching the angle up because it got so dark already. So I just got back from taking Mika out. I'm just wrapping up my day now, and I'm just doing some proofing on the scripts that I wrote, make sure it looks all good so that I can send it over to my marketing channel, and then my team can kind of look that over for tomorrow. I just want to also make sure that I actually covered all the features that I want to cover, because there are sort of these like little benefits and features that I think would be really useful for the customer to have that we didn't really think about in the beginning. Sort of looking at competitor videos, benefits, etc. I want to make sure that we tackle these aspects. I think that these things would be important for small business owners, and it might just be kind of overlooked by most. So just want to go through and make sure it is as complete and detailed as possible. Alright, scripts are done. I'm just going through my Notion and making sure that I update all of my tasks with what I did today, but that's pretty much it for my work day. I'm actually going to make some dinner now and just relax for the evening, maybe do some reading or watch the newest episode of Rick and Morty. It's about 5:15 now and I'm not super hungry yet, but the Thai steak salad that I want to make tonight does take a little bit of time, so I think I'm just going to start prepping for that and start winding down my night. Do I always overdo it with the food? Yes, kind of. I'm having some leftover pizza because I didn't want it to go bad, but I also really wanted a lot of veggies. So I made my favorite Thai steak salad, which I'll put the recipe for in the description because it is absolutely one of my favorite salads ever. You can totally do it without the steak, but I did actually buy a steak for it, so I thought I would cook it before it goes bad. The flavors of this is like tangy, sweet deliciousness. It's just not your average salad and I am obsessed with it. I think I'm gonna just watch some TV and finish off my night here, which means I'm gonna finish off the vlog here as well. If you have any questions about anything I touched on at work, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below and I will try to respond ASAP. Other than that, I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world and I will see you in my next video.